Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
A 23-year-old man was shot and killed here off the corner of Canterbury and Culebra back in May. Now Crime Stoppers is offering a reward for the suspect or suspect's information. Tonight, Nightbeat, we sit down with the victim's family.
How charter schools for students at risk of not graduating high school plan to use a donation of more than $800,000. Coming up tonight on the Nightbeat.
And we're fortunate we've had some activity on the radar screen this evening. One thunderstorm complex right now east of San Antonio that's headed toward Bexar County. We'll talk about where we think this is going to go next, when it'll get there, and how long this activity is going to last tonight in just a bit.
But we first begin with this man's fate. He was driving more than 90 miles an hour, had had several drinks at a local bar before he slammed into a car on 281. After several days of deliberating, a jury has finally handed down a punishment for Alexander Castro.
He's the man convicted of criminally negligent homicide for a crash that killed a 24-year-old back in 2022. Now, for that, he got 10 years probation, a 2-year driver's license suspension, and 180 days in jail beginning today.
Castro facing a manslaughter charge and 10 years in prison. Again, he got 10 years probation. This all in connection with a crash that claimed the life of 24-year-old Alexandra Siebert. Police say Castro driving 90 miles per hour when he crashed into Siebert's car that was stopped in traffic. Castro's attorney blamed that accident that stopped traffic for this entire thing.
More than 2 months since the shooting and killing of a West Side man, his family worries that the case might have gone cold.
And now Crime Stoppers offering a reward for information that could lead them to the suspects. The Night Team's John Paul Barajas sits down with the victims' loved ones.
I had to come here. I had to. It's hard. It's the hardest thing you could ever imagine. Oh my God.
It's the first time Maria Solis has visited this family dollar off of Culebra and Callahan since her adopted son, 23-year-old Joshua Solis, was shot and killed here back in May.
It's helped me get a little closer to him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't come back.
More than 2 months since Joshua's death, crime scene tape and a memorial still stand, as do the questions surrounding who's responsible and what led to the shooting.
It's the worst thing that has ever happened to me.
According to San Antonio police, Joshua and his girlfriend were parked when the suspects approached the truck. Joshua then tried driving off, but was hit by gunfire and crashed into a light pole. Now the family is left holding on to memories.
His birthday, one of his birthdays that we celebrated together, I couldn't give him much, so I would give him a birthday cake, and he always wanted to celebrate his birthday.
For Maria, her son was a rock, always making it a point to help her, especially on days that her medical condition made it difficult to get around.
He goes, Mom, put your arms around me on my neck, and I'll carry you off. I said, no, Papi, you can't do that. I'm too heavy. He goes, no, Mom, I got this. He would always say that. I got this. I said, all right, Papito.
As Joshua's case nears 3 months without an arrest, Crime Stoppers is offering a reward for information that leads to a suspect. Maria, she wants her son to know one thing.
I'm okay, and I love him so much, and I miss him so much. But I'll be okay, because I have his strength.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Developing now, a young boy recovering tonight after he was airlifted to the hospital. This was after he was hit by a van while riding a bicycle. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, happened about 4 o'clock this afternoon on FM 1044, just north of Youngsford Road in Guadalupe County. It's a rural area. We're still working to learn how badly that boy was hurt and exactly what caused that accident.
New on the Nightbeat tonight, a man is fighting for his life after a shooting. Happened around 6 o'clock this evening on Goodwin Avenue near Highway 90 and Frio City Road. That's where police say an argument led to gunfire. One man was shot in the neck. He's in the hospital, and officers are looking for the shooter.
A body found in a fridge, a disturbing story we're learning more about tonight. This is 48-year-old David Gibson. He's the man who was arrested yesterday at a home on Rustic Trail Drive after Bexar County Sheriff's deputies found his father's decaying body inside a refrigerator. That refrigerator door was strapped shut. BCSO shared this video with us of Gibson being escorted in handcuffs today. He's facing a number of charges tonight, including tampering with evidence with intent to impair a human corpse. This is the video we showed you yesterday of that house where deputies made the grisly discovery. It all started when the victim's family members requested a welfare check on their father. When deputies arrived, they say Gibson was impersonating his father through a Ring doorbell camera. That's when deputies and the family went inside and found Gibson's father. The big question we still have tonight is, how did that man die? So far, this case has not been ruled a homicide. We're going to stay on top of this story and try to get you more answers.
Still so much heartache in the city of Uvalde more than 2 years after the Robb Elementary School shooting. That right there is Jose Flores Jr., one of the 21 who were killed that day. Jose was a bright little boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. And tomorrow, he's going to be made an honorary police officer. The police chief in Jamaica Beach, which is not too far from Houston, is going to present that blue jacket right there to Jose's family. We spoke with the chief earlier today about the little boy's memory.
My calling is just to try to be part of the grieving, the healing process, to do what I can for that family, to let them know that law enforcement in Jamaica Beach and in Galveston County welcome his son into our blue family.
Remember their names. Yeah, stay with us tomorrow on air and online, because we're going to have more on this story after that jacket gets presented to Jose's family.
So glad they're doing that. Yeah. Have you seen this girl? Bexar County Sheriff's deputies asking for your help in finding 16-year-old Jewel Hatton Smith. Her parents say on the family security camera they saw her getting into a silver car at their home. Tonight, it's unclear who was driving that car. If you know anything that can lead to Jewel, call BCSO at the number on your screen, 210-335-6000.
He was arrested for setting off fireworks in the bathroom. Yeah, you heard that correctly. This right here is 46-year-old Paul Holden. San Antonio police arrested him after they say he placed small fireworks under toilet seats at 2 washtub car wash locations. At least one woman was hurt. Ultimately, it was security camera video that led to officers finding Holden. Switching gears now, some good news, traffic news to report tonight. Those usual weekend closures that you've been dealing with at I-10 and 1604 on the northwest side, those are not going to be happening this weekend. KSAT is taking a break from working on the Loop 1604 North expansion project.
The reason why they're taking a break, it's because of this. This weekend is the tax-free weekend. KSAT wants to alleviate an already stressful weekend for families. So if you've been waiting to save a few bucks on back-to-school shopping, now's the time to do it. Our Garrett Berger out at Walmart today doing some of his own back-to-school shopping. He let us tag along.
Start from the top. Markers. Hey, markers. Making decisions. I'm not paralyzed by all of this. She's a tween. If I get her the wrong stuff, I'm dead.
Parents taking advantage of tax-free weekend. Not the only thing you can save on going back to school. All kinds of backpack giveaways, events going on in the Alamo City as kids prepare to go back to class. Scan that QR code to find more information, and be sure to tune in to GMSA for all of your back to school coverage.
Speaking of back to school, yeah, we're going to be talking about this for a while. On the Nightbeat, it's a local charter school program that's helping students who are facing challenges in and out of the classroom. And the school just got a huge donation. Zaria Oates is going to show us how they're planning to use that money. Cash App has agreed to pay $15 million in a data breach settlement. That class action complaint cited 2 incidents where access to some account data was compromised, saying that resulted in numerous unauthorized charges that affected Cash App customers. So if you use Cash App, you could be eligible for a piece of that settlement. 8 people have now died after Debbie hit the southeast as a Category 1 hurricane. Now, it's not over, because as the tropical storm heads through the East Coast, people there are facing flooding. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
All right, for some of us, it's a dilemma. Team USA or Victor Wembanyama? Who are you rooting for ahead of USA's matchup with France tomorrow in the Olympics? Next on the Nightbeat, a preview of the game and a look at who San Antonio is rooting for. We've got a poll we want to show you coming up. They are not your average charter schools. San Antonio gearing up for back to school. And this year, free charter schools with Texas Can Academy getting a huge donation to help their students.
Tonight, Team Zaria Oates takes us inside the San Antonio Can Academy to see exactly how those donations help.
This is Texans Can Academy of San Antonio.
This is where the hands-on activities still happen.
It's a charter school system that operates 12 free schools across the state. Their focus, students at risk of not graduating high school.
We see a lot of the economically disadvantaged students.
It also helps incoming ninth graders to be able to finish school in 2.5 years.
The Academy's partner organization, Cars for Kids, awarded the schools $850,000. And this school is using the grant in unique ways.
Utility bills, diapers, formula, car repair, you name it.
We give out the food on Thursday after school. We also have a clothing closet, so that way if students can't afford uniforms, we can help them.
Non-traditional areas that can have a major impact on student performance. They're also adding a career readiness member to the team.
And that person is going to be there to further support that college going and career going culture that we have on our campuses.
The Academy says these improvements are nearly impossible without community involvement.
San Antonio is one of our most successful and effective campuses.
Helping them fill out their FAFSA forms and things like that. So even if today they don't think they want to go to college, let's kind of get things in place.
There's a long list of goals for the San Antonio campus, and this $850,000 grant is a step in the right direction.
Pride and accomplishment from those students that I just really felt it was just a great experience.
In San Antonio, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
That's such cool stuff because there's more that goes into a student's success than just academic stuff.
Absolutely.
So you're doing a good job.
All right, San Antonians have a dilemma tomorrow. Spurs fans have a dilemma.
They do.
The gold medal game, USA versus France.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of hoping Wemby plays well, just not well enough that they beat the U.S. Can I?
Okay, I think that's a good place to be. You want Wemby to succeed, of course, but you want Team USA to win. That's the boat I land in. What about you?
I agree because we're cheering on. We like Wemby because he's a Spur.
Now, we're talking about all this because we've been taking an informal poll.
Yes.
All right, not an informal poll, a formal poll. Who do you want to see?
Wow.
What do you want to see tomorrow? Team USA win 56%. Wemby and France win 44%. I'm going to be honest, this is a little closer than I expected, but
this is much closer than I expected.
all right, I kind of see it. I'm going to be honest, I kind of see it, but here's the thing. I just don't want Wemby to get hurt.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I truly believe
physically or emotionally.
Oh, you're concerned about him. Yeah, but we want him to come back to us and be in good shape.
I think we're going to get a really competitive game. They're going to leave it all out there. I mean, Wemby was bleeding after their last game to reach this point in the tournament.
Yeah.
And he referenced the national anthem, saying it. We talk about bleeding for our nation in our anthem, and that's what I plan to do. So both teams really care. It's going to be a dogfight out there. I'm excited.
We'll talk about it a little bit more coming up in sports. But by the way, you can still vote, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, KSAT.com/poll. Wait. KSAT.com/sports/poll.
Nope, just /poll. Yeah.
Just
no
/poll?
sports. Just poll. There you go.
See,
There you go. Yeah.
KSAT.com/sports/poll.
There you have it.
I thought I was right.
Let's see if those numbers change before the game tomorrow.
And I actually think that's the instant replay poll question, so we're gonna follow it all the way through Sunday.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Mary. We'll see you in a bit.
What are you thinking, Adam?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. USA all the way, but Wemby the unofficial MVP.
All right.
How about that, right?
Yeah.
Has a really good game, but they just can't pull it off. And he needs some confidence, too. It always helps to get some confidence as you go into a new season.
Yeah, although if France wins, do we go honking?
No.
I don't know.
We're happy for Wemby if France wins, and that's what it is. But now I won't be downtown honking.
Okay.
I won't be in any of that commotion.
All right.
Because USA all the way, baby. All right. I want to point out some colors that we have on the radar here. This is a decaying thunderstorm that's heading towards San Antonio and Bexar County. Lavernia, just about to get hit, but this is falling apart quickly. So even those of you in Lavernia and St. Hedwig probably not going to get the full dose of this heavy rainfall, as it does fall apart pretty quickly. So it's not going to last much longer. I give it maybe another 30, 45 minutes, but let's time it out for communities that are downstream from this. So let's draw this out here. It's headed to the basically east-southeast at about 25 miles per hour. So assuming this holds together, which I don't think is all that likely that it's going to hold together, but if it did, it'd be at East Central High School at 10:55, Elmendorf 11:01, Buena Vista at 11:18 p.m., and Losoya at 11:20 p.m. I don't think it has enough energy to sustain itself for another full hour to those communities. And really quickly, I want to take a look at how much rain has fallen so far this evening from the downpours that popped up, particularly Comal County, seen some good rain, Guadalupe County as well, and eastward toward DeWitt and Lavaca counties. But let's focus right here on some of the heaviest rainfall. Parts of Comal County, let's go from Smithson Valley, just east of Smithson Valley, 1.6 around Smithson Valley, just under half an inch. Over to Zorn. Check out Zorn, 2.3 inches from the downpour that recently popped up. Go southward, just south of Seguin, Guadalupe County, near Leesville, and we're talking 2 inches within Seguin. We have radar estimates of 7/10. So what we had out there was pretty isolated, but very efficient rain-making thunderstorms. Tomorrow we have another chance. I just don't think the showers will be as efficient as what we had today, and not as much coverage either. You look at the big picture over the past 4 hours, and we had the activity Temple, Killeen, over toward Houston, and then worked its way toward New Braunfels and our neck of the woods. We saw that this action is going to have a hard time really holding together for even, I think, another 45 minutes. Now let's fast forward to tomorrow. Highly isolated. I mean, they're hard to even see here on the Futurecast. Look, just a few of them kind of here and there popping up. Highly isolated showers possible. Very brief splash and dash. Insignificant, not as much accumulations, and not as much popping up on the radar as what we saw earlier today. We're giving it a 20% chance tomorrow. From 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we'll have that 20% chance. Otherwise, just sunny with some passing fair weather clouds. We did not hit 100 today. 99, our high temperature. So officially, we didn't do it. Keeps our count at 14. Triple-digit days. This time last year, we were at 44, and this time 2 years ago, we were at 56. Really quickly, want to look at the tropics. There's this wave out there that came off of Africa, starting to drum up some thunderstorms, and this cluster of storms is likely to move westward into a more conducive environment, and it has a 60% chance of developing into the next tropical system, a depression, a tropical storm, maybe a hurricane within the next 5 to 7 days. There it is, 99 our high temperature today. Officially didn't do it in San Antonio. Tomorrow we'll be close, 99 again. 104 though, Carrizo Springs, Del Rio at 103. For the past 2 days, Del Rio was 109, tying record high temperatures. We're not going to be that hot. Right near 100, give or take a degree or two. And as I always say, what's a few degrees amongst friends, right? You don't totally feel the difference. It's just that kind of psychological thing when you hit 100. But we're going to be near it. And next Tuesday, we're monitoring another slight chance, 10% chance of a shower.
All right. Thank you.
And as we take a live look outside with live cam, you can see kind of what Adam was talking about. I'd like to see some lightning, maybe some rain off in the distance.
That would be lovely. We need it. Our lawns would be great.
You see some lightning there, left-hand side of the screen. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Very brief.
Lightning over Lavernia. I think that's a song.
We can only hope.
Yeah, pretty sure it's a country song. All right, so I'm making stuff up. All right, Mary, the Texans got to finally play a full game. They didn't get rained out tonight.
Yes, finally, and we got to see the starters take the field. It was more than exciting to finally see that happen. We'll take a look at the highlights against the Steelers coming up after the break. And the Spurs make a quiet acquisition today, signing another guard to their training camp roster. We'll be right back.
And to add to it, if you're going to put C.J. Stroud out there, then you best put his best protection out that he was about to take.
And look, sometimes the defense beats you. The 21. Field, backside pressure. Down he goes. Daniil Hunter with the sack.
Get him out. That's a
4th-round pick for the Steelers. Now 3rd down.
No, still nothing? Okay, now, sorry everyone, my mic was off. All right, that's okay. Here's the connection we've been waiting for to see all offseason after Tank Dell's injury. The 34-yard connection, Stroud to Tank Dell. Love to see it. And hey, look at, that's Judson alum DeMarvin Leal. He gets loose for a sack on Davis Mills. Let's take a look at the final from this one. Houston comes out on the winning end, 20-12. The Texans got the most out of this game with using most of their depth chart on the field. All right, there are no new developments on Cowboys star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb and his contract negotiations after yesterday. Owner Jerry Jones said he has no urgency to get a deal done at training camp. However, the Dallas front office was active today, swapping cornerbacks with the Minnesota Vikings and trading away Nashawn Wright. The Cowboys are receiving 2022 second-round draft pick Andrew Booth Jr. Booth has only made 2 starts in 23 appearances, and the 23-year-old has struggled to stand out in the NFL, but now the Clemson alum is hoping to earn his spot in a crowded Cowboys cornerback room. Transitioning now to Little League Baseball, the New Braunfels junior baseball team is in the Junior League World Series for the first time in its 72-year history. Last night, the squad came up short against Michigan in the semifinals, and tonight, in an elimination game against Florida, 1 win away from playing Michigan for the United States Championship, New Braunfels fell 2 runs short of the feat, ending their historic run. Still so much to be proud of for the local All-Stars. The San Antonio Spurs have added 3-year pro Brandon Boston Jr. to their training camp roster. The 22-year-old was drafted in the second round of the 2021 NBA draft after playing just 1 season with the Kentucky Wildcats. The 6'6" wing appeared in 33 games with the LA Clippers, where he averaged 5.2 points and 1.6 rebounds in 10.8 minutes last season. All right, it was a wild day on the track for Team USA in Paris. The U.S. women's 4x100 relay team raced to gold. The U.S. still leads the world in medals and now is tied with China for gold medals with 33. And hey, the France and U.S. tip off in their men's basketball gold medal match tomorrow at 2:30. After the break, Nick Mantis gives us an inside look into the tightly knit UIW football team. Welcome back. Ranked 14th in the FCS preseason top 25 poll, the UIW football team is on a 39-week streak of being nationally ranked. Nick Mantis spent time with the program to see how this year's rendition of the Cardinals differs from last year.
Well, what's been interesting about this year's Incarnate Word team is that they are hungry to get some payback for last year. They went 9-2, but didn't make the playoffs or have an opportunity to compete for a championship. And even the newer guys on the team have a chip on their shoulder.
You know, I got here, I want to say mid-January, and honestly, I've been in college for a long time, and I haven't been with a group that is as close as we are, and I think that's massive. I think it's huge for chemistry. When our backs are against the wall and it's the fourth quarter and it's 2 minutes left and we're down by 3, we got to go punch it in for a touchdown. We're going to do that because we love each other.
I got a chip on my shoulder pretty consistently. Our staff does as well, so I think that is something that attests to it. This team, as a player and a coach, is probably the most excited team for work, in terms of wanting to practice and wanting to compete, like that edge and that hunger. And I talked a little bit about the humility from last year in terms of not making the playoffs, not winning a championship. The carryover is tremendous. Even guys that weren't a part of it, you know, and the cohesiveness with this group it's night and day. The guys that were in that auditorium that felt the disappointment, it's transitioned over to those guys that just got here. So, I mean, you couldn't tell guys that weren't here and that are here now. So it's been awesome.
And I don't know if you guys can see from where you guys are right now, but I am already dripping with sweat, and it's already in the morning. At 6 p.m. on August 31st, Northern Colorado has to come down here and play in this heat. Good luck. From Incarnate Word, Nick Mantis, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you so much for staying up with us and for being with us this entire week. We appreciate it. That does it for us here.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.